Hi, this is Pastor Nathan McKean, and I'm coming to you again from the Flushing Alliance Church. It's Palm Sunday, and we tend to think of that as a story that begins and ends in the Gospels. But did you know that it actually has its beginning in the Psalms and finds its end in the book of Revelation? We tend to spend our time looking back and remembering Jesus as he enters into the city of Jerusalem at the start of his Passion Week, where he will go on to lay down his life for sinners. We're told that many recognized Jesus as their king on that day. They spread their coats on the road before him while he entered in on a donkey. They held palm branches on their hands and they shouted, "Hosanna." That's actually a quotation from the 118th Psalm. If you can find a Bible that has the Hebrew and the English text side by side and you look at verse 25, you'll find that that word Hosanna is actually a transliteration for Lord, save us now. The Pharisees demanded that Jesus rebuke the crowds, but he wouldn't do it. In fact, he said, "If these be silent, even the stones will cry out." Luke's gospel tells us that after these things, Jesus went on to weep over the city because so many had not recognized the day of their visitation. It's really no different today. There are so many who do not recognize that God has visited this world and that all who will look to Jesus will find the salvation that those crowds cried for and that the psalmist before them wrote about. I want to show you a passage from Revelation chapter 7 that really shows us the hope, not only for Jerusalem, but for all the earth. Verse 9, "After these things I looked, and behold, a great multitude which no one could count, from every nation, and all tribes and peoples and tongues, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed in white robes, and palm branches were in their hands. And they cry out with a loud voice, saying, 'Salvation to our God who sits on the throne and to the Lamb.'" Verse 16, "They will hunger no longer, nor thirst anymore, nor will the sun beat down on them, nor any heat, for the Lamb in the center of the throne will be their shepherd and will guide them to springs of the water of life. And God will wipe every tear from their eyes." And so you see that Lord, save us now becomes the Lord has saved us. And the king who sat on a colt and cried becomes the king who sits on a throne and wipes away our tears. I'm Pastor Nathan. I hope to see you again. God bless.